Terry Sherman, walking his property late at night, gun and flashlight in hand, with his two dogs. He hears the sound of twigs breaking in the distance. His dogs start barking crazy at something in the woods, like they'd never do before. He turns his flashlight to where they're barking and sees a huge wolf-like creature with red, beaming eyes. Terry's two dogs stuck right by his side and did not pursue the wolf-like creature. They just continued barking. Terry fired 3 shots, determined to put an end to their family's torment. The wolf-like creature was unfazed and turned away into the woods, not to be seen.
This story of Skinwalker Ranch caught my attention and really made me want to dig into the topic because there's really no explanation. So I really wanted to dig in, and the more that I dug in, the more that I found. Dozens of cases of cow mutilation, UFOs, poltergeist, mind manipulation, mysterious orbs flying around. It gets nutty. And a well-funded research group tasked to figure out what was going on. Maybe hired by the government. Sounds like a fairy tale? Not so much. Thank you guys all for watching, and thank you for the support I've been getting recently. You guys have been doing great. Big things are coming. Subscribe if you like the video. It's free, and you could always unsubscribe later. Before all of the accounts that I'll be giving, it was occupied by the Utes and the Navajo tribe. They lived there thousands of years prior. And they have many, many traditions and tales of the land before. There's one legend that it is a focal point of a curse put on by the Navajo towards the Utes. Both tribes have the belief of the Skinwalker and fear to even say its name. The Skinwalker in their native tongue is Yi-Nal-Dlushi, meaning with it he goes on all fours. They would not even speak his name. They fear it'll come for them just by speaking it. Skinwalkers are basically people from the tribe that would practice in magic, dark meaning magic. They would do rituals to summon evil entities. It's dark sorcery. It's like a witch or warlock. They would be able to transform into any animal. It's mostly wolves, bears, and elk. Alright, now that we got the Skinwalker lore done, we're going to dive into the actual accounts of the ranch. Prior to Terry Sherman and his wife, Gwen Sherman, it was owned by the Meyer family. From 1930s to 1944, they were also ranchers who sold cattle. The Shermans were ecstatic to buy a ranch for such a low price. On their first days moving in, they saw a wolf walking through the woods, slowly approaching their new house. So wolves don't usually do that. It walks up to them and then is basically acting like a dog, wagging its tail, coming close to them, not really aggressive. Shortly after, it goes and bites the head of one of its cattle, one of the baby cows, and would not let go. So Terry tells his son, grab a gun, we gotta take care of this wolf. They grab a pistol and shoot it a couple times. Nothing. The wolf is not phased or anything. They're confused, like what the heck? They shot a bullet in it. Son, go grab my shotgun. So he shoots a shotgun at the wolf and nothing still. He starts beating it and everything, and then it finally lets go and just runs off into the distance. And that was one of their first days moving in. Another account from this family is that many things would go missing, say soap bars, groceries. One of the bigger things that went missing is Terry's post digger, massive, 70 pounds at least, and it went missing. And he's like, sons, where did my post digger go? It's gone. Like, it's not an easy task to do. And a couple days go by and he sees it in a tree, a freaking tree. So it's just supernatural forces, Terry claims. Gwen Sherman, the wife of Terry, would say that she'd be in the shower, she'd put a towel down right next to her, and then it would be gone. Like little things would be missing that they needed at that moment. It would be very strange. Like this one time where she had taken all the groceries, put them away in the cabinets and whatnot, and 20 minutes later she comes back into the room, they're still sitting on the table, which that's hard to prove, but it's like still stuff is going on there, and they slowly are realizing they need to leave from this place. They're just not getting anything good out of it. This is not just this family who sees things going on. There's many locals who state they've seen weird figures walking in the dark, and then the orbs. So Terry has seen many different orbs, which is kind of confusing to me. Like, what is the orb? It seems a little lazy, you know? Like, an orb is floating around my backyard, but one day he saw a mysterious blue orb. He was with his two dogs, and the dogs run towards the orb, blue orb in the distance, and they're gone. Nothing. He tries to call for them back, nothing. So the next day he goes out, and then he sees the two dogs, like two piles of ash. I don't even know what to make of that. There's just orbs vaporizing stuff here in America. I don't know. One of the more interesting things that I take from this story is the cows that would go missing on the farm. So this is where people tie in aliens to this. There'd be cows that would just go missing from his ranch. He would have nothing to do, nothing to say about it, just that they're gone. And then they'd come back a couple days later with like holes in them, surgical holes, not just like an animal dug through it, surgical holes, sometimes in its ass. You know, that's where the alien cow abduction thing comes from, I think. I don't know, nothing. I'm just talking about it. Here's where it gets interesting. Terry, claiming all of these crazy things to the public, gets the interest of Robert Bigelow, which is a researcher who is interested in UFOs and the paranormal. So Robert Bigelow brought him and his research team, not just some random people, they were PhD scientists, came down to this place and tried to figure out what the heck was going on down there. But the research team, every time they got something mysterious going on, like they'd see one of these orbs, they'd try to take a picture of it, and then it'd just be gone. Like, it would know that it is being observed, whatever it is. One time, one of the most interesting parts of this to me, they were taking a video of one of the cows by one of their camera stations. They had cameras set up everywhere along this property, and they still do. They still have cameras everywhere along the property to catch something. So much of their technology would just be cut. Wires cut, cameras go missing, computers bug out. Like, there's something messing with this research team. And this is no ordinary research team, like I said. Robert Bigelow had gotten funding by the government for his aerospace research. So this funding went towards Skinwalker Ranch, not all of it. Some of it went towards the research of Skinwalker Ranch and basically UFOs. This is where it kind of goes away from skinwalkers, and I think that it's more probable that it would be aliens. This sounds like a bunch of nonsense, but Robert Bigelow and his scientists basically gathered no evidence of anything going on there that we know of, at least, but the scientists themselves had experienced something unexplainable to each of them. Say a wire goes missing, a camera's focused on that wire, and then it just cut. A skip in the camera and it's cut. Like, there's something messing with each of them. So each of them believed there was something going on there, but they weren't able to prove it, which makes this story so hard to tell, which I went crazy on this because I didn't really know how to tell this. It's just things going on, no way to explain it. And yeah, I think it was aliens. I'm going conspiracy mode on this. I've done so much research into this that it like blew my brain that I couldn't piece something together. So I'm gonna piece it that there's aliens here that are messing with these people for whatever reason. They're messing with these people, and no, because they're such a higher form of intelligence, technology, they know when they're being seen, recorded, mostly recorded because they don't want to be publicized to us. Robert Bigelow believed that UFOs certainly do exist and are one of the factors contributing to whatever's going on at Skinwalker Ranch. The best conclusion that I can make of this is aliens treating us like ants. So say we had a magnifying glass pointing to an ant, it would bring heat onto the ants, and the ant would be like, what the heck is going on? Like, we would have no clue. So this would be aliens doing the same thing to us, and we are not able to even fathom what is going on. That's the basic way that I can say it. You know, Skinwalker Ranch, you're a pain in the ass, and whatever is going on, I want to know. I'm gonna keep up with this Skinwalker Ranch, because they're still doing documentaries on it, movies you probably see on Netflix. They have a bunch of stuff, History Channel, and all of their crap. They're pulling shit out of it, basically. They're just pulling what they can. That's all I gotta say about Skinwalker Ranch. If you stuck by this long, thank you. I know it's been months since my last upload. I've been hating this video because I can't make anything out of it, so I'm just gonna put it out there. And summer, man. It's been summer. I've been having a good time. Thank you. I'm gonna get back to it. This was Cthulhu. Have a good one.